radio, you were right here, didn't listen. How many of y'all listened to our Sunday broadcast? Raise your hand.
I didn't listen to that.
All right, just very few. Very few radio shows, should I say. But that's very good because that's enough. But for the few that are not able to get it and pull it in their homes, we're going to reflect a little bit about what we taught. Since I had to rush through that lesson, I will reflect on that same lesson again. A lot of people worship the Christ of the New Testament as if he is the Most High. A lot of people worship the Christ of the New Testament as if he is the Son of the Most High. But who did he say he was? He said he was the Son of the Most High. And it was questioned on this by the Pharisees and scribes. According to the New Testament, they questioned him on the validity and authenticity of him being the Messiah that is to come. He told them that although he did many miracles, which all the prophets in the Bible did miracles, and there's not one miracle that he performed that was not performed by the great prophets of old. But he told them there's only one sign that he's going to give to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that he is who he is. That he is the Messiah. That he is the Son of the Most High. And there's only one sign that he would give. Because they asked him, they say, well, we know all the great prophets, they all had signs. All the signs were different, but they had signs. What is your sign? Jonah had a sign. Moses had a sign. Joshua had a sign. And your brother Elesha here, he had some signs. But they asked Christ of the New Testament, what is your sign? You're going to teach us something about the law and show us where we were mistaken? Or you're going to make fire come out of the sky? What are you going to do to prove the authenticity of who you are? And then he stated what he would do. And we're going to read that together. If we open our scriptures, and after you open your scriptures, then go to the New Testament that's in the back of the Holy Scriptures. We have Holy Scriptures and we got Scriptures. The New Testament of Scriptures. The Quran is Scriptures. But the Torah or the Tanakh or the so-called Old Testament is Holy Scriptures. But what makes them holy and the New Testament not? Or the Quran not? Well, what makes the Old Testament holy? They are the recorded, verifiable words of the true and living Elohim.
Hallelujah.
It is the only holy book that you will read where it says, thus said Yahweh. The only book that you will read where it says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, or the word of Elohim came unto me, or the word of the Lord came unto me, or thus said the Lord, or thus said God, or thus said Yahweh. We can't find that anywhere in the New Testament. We can show you what Christ said, that he speaks what his Father showed him, and he does nothing except what the Father has shown him. We show you what Paul will say, I say unto you, but we don't see where the Creator speaks. So therefore, these other books are not holy scriptures, though we must call them scriptures. When we go to the scriptures of the so-called New Testament, it says in the book of Matthew, the 12th chapter, We're going to start reading at the 38th verse. Here it says,
Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee.
we would see a sign from thee. Well, we need a sign, something. You just don't say you're someone and we accept it. You just don't say you're a prophet or a Messiah or the anointed one or an anointed one, and there's no sign to differentiate you from any other great teacher that is amongst us. So we want to know, what is your sign?
But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign.
He said the only people that's actually looking for a sign is an evil and an adulterous generation is seeking after a sign. Well, even an adulterous generation, in my opinion, don't give a darn about a sign. Only people looking for signs are the people that trust in Yah and looking in his direction. But according to him, an evil and an adulterous generation seeketh after a sign.
And there shall no sign be given.
And he said, there shall no sign be given.
Except,
notice, there shall no sign be given except
the sign of the prophet Jonah.
the sign of the prophet Jonah.
For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly,
As Jonah was 3 days, and in addition to 3 days, 3 nights in the whale's belly,
so shall the Son of Man
so shall the Son of Man
be 3 days
be 3 days
and 3 nights
and 3 nights
in the heart of the earth.
in the heart of the earth. Well, would you be amazed if I told you that nothing about that sign came true? Nothing at all. Would you be surprised if I showed you that Yah is the master of all things? And even though the New Testament was written to deceive you and mislead you, the Almighty was not going to let you be deceived, because he was going to guide the pen of the scribe and have him say and write that this has never occurred. Seems like to me that the people that wrote the New Testament could verify that the one sign that he showed the world, they could show you where it actually took place. But Yahweh was not going to allow that. He wasn't going to give them nothing. Yah does not take prisoners. And he equips his servants with the knowledge and expertise to totally slay all of their opposition. And given us this ability, the Creator said he was going to take the crooked things, which is indeed the New Testament, and he was going to make it straight. So let's straighten out some things right now. The reality is, according to the New Testament, Christ was never in the earth 3 days and 3 nights. But dig this. The reality is that he was never in the earth 1 day or 1 night. Let's examine this. Let us go to the book of Matthew, the 27th division. Let's go to Matthew 27.